So let's get right into it, people. What's going on, all my viewers? What's happening? Everyone in crypto, hope you're having a good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Let's get right into it. So I'm just going to talk briefly about some of the things that I don't really care for in cryptocurrency. Um, you know, I'm just going to talk about a small part of crypto. And this is the part of crypto that is Wack Ish. So since 2007, well, I'm going to talk about since 2017 up to now. Since 2017, people have been, well, lending. The lending craze has been crazy. I mean, BitConnect introduced this lending platform thing that just drove everyone nuts. And since then, people who've been in that aspect of crypto have been wanting to earn income passively. But they've been getting robbed because the platforms have exit scammed. And those that haven't exit scams, the argument is they're paying too slow. They could be paying very well, but they're paying too slow. You know? And it's kind of crazy because who's to blame when you're thinking about all of this? Who's to blame? I mean, you have shady developers who have their own agendas. You have people who market these platforms. You know, what are they doing? Marketing platforms, they want to, make money. People want to make money, man. People want to make money. But the part about it that I find crazy, that I don't like, that I don't really care for, one, yes, developers who just they choose to do crazy stuff by creating these platforms with the intention on grabbing the money and exit scamming on people. I'm not with that. I'm not with that at all. And then you have the promoters who very well may not know what's going on behind the scenes, who talk about these platforms. They end up getting caught up and become targets because the people who follow them, their viewers, their subscribers, also fell victim and got scammed, right? But then you have this thing where people get paid behind the scenes, the promoters, the creators, the content creators, they get paid behind the scenes, man. They get paid behind the scenes, and they know, based on whatever agreement they have with the developers, that the platform or whatever project they're promoting will end up scamming them out. But as long as the promoters get their hands greased, their palms greased with money, it's okay. And forget about everybody else. Some of them have done it over and over and over again. And you can't stress it enough. People are going to do what they want. People are going to do what they want. People are going to choose and decide whatever they want to do. They have the freedom to do so. But the problem lies in, I would say, when it continues, when the problems continue. Just this week, yesterday, a platform, some sketchy hourglass platform came out yesterday called Ace Wins, and people weren't happy about it because there was a timer that was, counting down. It was about to get launched according to a timer, but supposedly, those who had the inside scoop got in on the contract before the timer ended, right before the timer ended. So people were able to interact with that contract, and and once it launched, the contract rose to about 2,600 ETH, right? Or so. This is what the word is. So anyone who was trying to get in, number one, they couldn't get in, and number two, they probably got in last and inevitably got dumped on, holding the bag, trying to ROI or hold on to that, ETH to try to make back what they put in, and it may not work out in their favor. And it's things like this, and this could be like the 1,000th hourglass that came out since P3D launched their project in late February 2018. This could be like the 1,000th clone that came out that's just defecating on the people. Again, the reason why I talk about Gandhiji is because Gandhiji actually, the developer has a vision for the contract to address the crypto ban that's taking place in his native country of India. Okay? Some people don't like Gandhiji.io because it's ethnocentric, and it seems like it's just this kind of nationalistic type of perspective, but no, this is beyond that. This is beyond that because it serves everyone, because it's decentralized. Anyone could interact with the contract, and anyone can do whatever they want with their Ethereum through the contract of how it works. But people think that it's dead now because they just want to satisfy their own craving. They want to get rich immediately. They want to make money today, which is not wrong, but this contract doesn't work like that. But so it just has to have it has to be respected for what it is. P3D is another contract that's still active today, and they're doing what they're doing. I'm not in the P3D community, but the contract is still alive, and they're working on whatever they're working on. But in the interim, so many contracts have come and gone and robbed the people. I mean, this is not cool. Then you have promoters who talk a good game. FOMO, what's goody? What's going on with you? How's your day going? I'm talking about stuff that little things that I'm not feeling in crypto. You have promoters that talk a good game that's been, I would say, unsuccessful. Like promoters that have been in projects since 2017, and since then have not garnered the same success that they've made in 2017. So they're chasing this lending platform dragon thing. They're like reeling you in because you may like them. Forget about the technology, forget about the project. It's just for the simple fact that you may like somebody, so you keep losing with them. And what's crazy, people don't like to hear about BitConnect. People don't like to hear about BitConnect, but you have projects that are being modeled today people are claiming of how BitConnect should have been. Like a project is supposed to come out, like Trevon James, for example, is coming out with his DApp, and he made an exclamation in his recent video this week that this project that he's coming out with is supposed to be how BitConnect should have been. P3D back in February, in their user interface, right on their webpage, they made the same type of statement. Like, this is what BitConnect should have done. Why? Because BitConnect introduced something that was unknown to the crypto space, much less everything else. And it fed people this notion of how possible it can be to receive passive income but it was centralized, And those promoters that were, in those projects back then, a lot of them left. A lot of them bounced for good reason. Some people just quit their jobs and were hoping that these platforms can carry them over. Naturally so. If you're seeing 1,000, 2,000 a day, if you're seeing those types of numbers a day, it's quote unquote life changing. You can make, extraordinary leaps and bounds and improve your lives 1,000 different ways. But it folded. And since then, folks are still trying to chase the next opportunity. In some cases, though, while they're chasing the next opportunity, and you have a voice, and you have a following, you end up sometimes getting duped because you have your own needs that need to be met. A promoter or a project reaches out to you to have you market their material. They may pay you under the table, and then you don't tell your viewers this. Then the project comes out and the project scams, and that's another strike you as a promoter or marketer has against you. And you keep shilling the same types of projects over. I can't follow those types of individuals, man. I've said some sideways things and shady things about, not sideways. I've made some criticisms about shady promoters because they are just responsible as these dirty devs. They may not be shady as far as, innately. They weren't born, shady, but their actions, their behaviors come across crazy to me, because you can't tell me you've been in crypto for 3, 4, 5 years, even 2 years, even a year, and you've been in such and such XYZ platforms that haven't worked, and you still talking the same talk. And then some of them like to throw out buzzwords. It's traps they're setting, but they throw out buzzwords: open source, decentralization, immutability, transparent. Can we spell these words? I mean, like, it's just said so often where I'm like, okay, I get it. But what steps are these promoters taking to hold these developers accountable, in a sense where they, some of them, sure. Because the thing about it is, some of them, sure, they're not a part of the jankiness. They don't want any part of anything shady. Some of these promoters, and I respect it. But then you have these other guys, my goodness, man. You fall into the same trap. BitConnect, Regal Coin, Devore, Western Coin, Hextra, Falcon Coin, ETH Connect, Lend Connect, XRPC, arbitraging, Nova Chain, and I left out 50 different platforms. They have the same. There's another one that's coming out, I think that came out this week, called blackbitcoin.org.